time is 6:23 and we are leaving Lyle Hut. I'm feeling sore today. Alright, we're leaving Lyle Saddle and we're heading to Ghost Lake. 12 k's, it says 4 to 6 hours, so let's see how long we go. So the weather is supposed to pack in today. It's supposed to get quite windy and then come into rain overnight. So we're trying to leave nice and early so that we can hopefully get to the hut before the weather packs in too bad, because it's going to be a bit miserable walking if the weather is going to be like really windy. At the moment it's okay, but I've heard that today is a bit of a climb. So I'm feeling sore. My like shoulders and hips are sore from the pack and the weight, and I definitely feel like I should have left my big heavy camera behind, but I was like, I couldn't decide if I was going to take it or not, but I really think I should have left it behind because yeah, it's heavy. But anyways, here we go. Oh, here we go. 18 kilometers.
Now I'm feeling those winter blues, but I don't want to cry. All we ever do is laugh it off, and I'm sick and I don't know why.
19 kilometers, 6:45. I really feel like the kilometer things should be closer together because it feels like you walk for ages between each one. It's a bit of an incline. I kind of just power walk as fast as possible, and then I I power walk as fast as possible, and then I sit down for a break to get the weight off because it's like 30 kgs and it's heavy. Baby's been great today. She's just chilling out in the carrier. The time is 7:03 and we've hit 20 kilometers. We've walked 2 k's this morning since we left at just before 6:30. Another cool old historic thing from here. It's very cool. Lots of history on this walk. Very educational. 7:22 and we've done 21 kilometers. 3 kilometers today. I don't feel scared to go hiking solo, but I think the thing I find hardest is just not having anyone to talk to. And of course, when things go wrong, you've got no one to like chat to about things. But at the same time, sometimes when you're only relying on yourself, things are less likely to go wrong. 22 kilometers, 7:54. I'm making pretty good time. I am pretty fast on my own, which is nice to know, and I think I'd be even faster if I was carrying half the weight. Feeling like a literal pack horse. And yeah, but once we get to this hut, I am going to eat heavy food, so then I'm going to have less heavy food to carry. So tramping 22 kilometers in and are at this beautiful viewpoint. Look at this. Oh, wow. So much beautiful views. I mean, at least I think there will be. 23 kilometers, 8:05. Baby is asleep. We are making pretty good progress. In 2 kilometers, there's like a shelter thing apparently. So I think we'll stop there for a break, have some lunch. The weather's not too bad so far, but it is supposed to get quite a lot worse. And we've got to walk along exposed tops. So just going to try and get as far as we can, because walking in exposed tops with real gusty wind won't be fun.
thought you looked so fine. Guess we have to agree to disagree for this one last time. Pretty weird that day when we did not exchange our
views.
Wasn't looking out for you. I'm sorry, I'm so shallow.
24 kilometers. It's 8:27. What am I doing with this phone? Oh, pardon. Making very good progress today. Gonna be at the hut by lunchtime, maybe. No, probably a little bit after.
I'm still looking forward to watching part 2 of Deathly Hallows with you.
Oh wow, we've just come out of the bush line and on the top, look at that. So beautiful. And my absolute happiest place. Look at that. Alright, here we are. We have made it to the shelter. It is windy, but we've got views. Just going to take baby out. I'm going to stop for breakfast. Oh, I really need to pee. Been walking for ages and ages. Alright, I'm going to take you out. Take my paddle. I'm so glad there's a shelter here because it's quite windy outside, so baby can shelter from the bad weather. Before I left the first hut, I filled my thermos up with a homemade dehydrated meal so that, oh, you've got an empty avocado, eh? So we have a nice hot meal when we got here, and I'm glad that we did because it's nice to have a little meal to enjoy. This one is mashed potato with like mint. 9:13, 25 kilometers. Ooh, cheers. We are now. The weather is closing in, but it's okay at the moment. Just gonna not mess around too much. The views are pretty much gone. It's all overcast. Some pretty flowers. There we go. The views are pretty much gone, but at the moment we're walking along the tops. Baby's awake. She's happy at the moment. The breezes are just kind of coming and going. Still beautiful though. Very overcast and foggy. Oh, it's windy. I think if it gets any colder, I'm going to have to stop to put some more layers on because it's cold. I'm sure these are nice views. So I keep our rain gear in the side pocket here because then when we need it, it's easy to access. The weather's starting to pack in. Just going to put my raincoat on. Because because we've got another about 4 k's to the next hut. It's very cold but sheltered down here. She's pretty determined to walk on this segment, so we'll see how far you get. Denton Bluff. Ooh. 10 o'clock, 27 kilometres. Woohoo! 28 kilometres. It is like mostly downhill now. I think that protein coffee drink really helped because I've got a big boost of energy and I'm almost running down the track. So woohoo, we'll be at the hut soon. 2 k's to go. I can't wait to get out of this weather. We're pretty high up elevation now. Oh, I think I'm gonna go 29 kilometres. Almost at the hut, got 1 kilometre to go. Time is 10:30. Go slag hut, 1 minute. There it is. Perfect timing. It's getting very miserable. I'm glad that we are going to be holed up in the hut this afternoon and not walking through this rain. Go slag hut.
I've been thinking about myself today, thinking how I changed, how I really don't care if you are here or if you don't stay. Now I'm feeling those winter blues, but I don't wanna cry. 'Cause all we ever do is laugh it off, and I'm sick and I don't know why. You remember that night we met? I thought you looked so fine. Guess we have to work.
It looks pretty awful out there. I'm gonna go do a toilet run.
Pretty weird that day
To the
when
toilet.
we did not exchange.
Up here. And it's raining. It's a composting toilet, so after using the toilet, we have to put that down and close the lid so no babies fall down here. So happy that we are not walking through this today because it would be awful. Paparoa last year vibes. Out the window.
Oh, sorry, no, yeah.
But this is how we wash nappies. I have the dirty ones in here. Soap. I wouldn't use this for poopy nappies. I use this as a wash pad.
In the end we're all buried deep inside the same hole in the ground.
Yeah, just give them a bit of a scrub-a-dub-dub in here. Then I'm gonna tip the water. These nappies have had a rinse and now baby's tipping them on the floor. I wouldn't do this with poopy nappies. If they're poopy, I would tip the solids into the toilet and then I would just carry it out with me. But just the pee-pee nappies, I just dispose of the water appropriately and yeah, give them a bit of a rinse and they can be used again if need be. So the soap that I use to wash my nappies is a super natural, eco-friendly one that is not going to damage the environment as much. But I would really not use anything that's like super harsh. Yeah, just something that you'd use anyway. So my tooth powder, everything is super natural, because when we're out in the backcountry, I wouldn't want anything, you know, going back into the environment. Although at the huts, if you put it down the sink, I guess they're disposing of it properly. I don't know. You can never be 100% like environmental. You just have to do the best that you can. And using the cloth nappies, even rinsing them here and disposing of the water appropriately, is still better than, yeah, disposable nappies, I guess. Right, bedtime. Let's go back down to the hut. The hut's full of people tonight. Good night and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.